Hey YouTubers, welcome to my build guide for the Barbarian or Season 6 Barbarian um, Quake build kit. Anyway, we'll crack into a game. So far I've gotten this to work on Torment 7 pretty efficiently, like you can get through Griffs pretty quickly. But anyway, we'll crank it up and have a look, and I'll go through what I've actually done here to make it viable to play Barb. Alright, so what we've got here is an Earthquake Leap Slam build, and basically what this build does is I get a triple jump on the Leap Slam, and then that generates my Fury, which then gives me the ability to use Seismic Slam, and that pretty much wrecks shit. Anyway, let's have a look at the actual build itself. So if we go into skills, first of all, you're not going to use a main attack for this build because there's absolutely no point. So you're going to use Seismic Slam with, I think I have the Stagger rune on it, which reduces the cost of Fury, which means you can slam more, and you'll see soon why I've got this set. Partly because this will also reduce my ability to cool down my other abilities, which I'll be able to basically daisy chain them and attack shit really quickly. Second ability is Leap Slam. I don't think I've got a rune on this for some weird reason. I'll probably change that. Yeah, I think I'll change that. Generally, you'll use Iron Impact, something that really buffs your ability to sustain damage. Probably don't use Toppling Impact because it's going to send enemies flying everywhere. Probably Call of the Elite is an even better way to deal with that. Warcry you're going to use as you're going to use your right mouse click as your leap, your primary hit is your Seismic Slam. Third is you're going to use Warcry with Impunity, mainly because that's going to make you OP as fuck. Threatening Shout, and also you'll see why we use Warcry. We get speed boost from one of our kit items, or one of our legendaries. So Threatening Shout next, you're going to use Falter, so it's going to increase the damage your enemies around you take.
More fury.
Once you have those equipped, to get a bit more damage, you're going to use Marauder's Rage on Battle Rage as your third. And obviously, Earthquake, how I've got this kitted out, will actually, yeah, it'll give you a lot more fury, so you can keep dropping Seismic Slam a lot quicker. So you're going to use it on a cooldown, as opposed to using the other abilities. You want to be able to drop this as quickly as possible, and this will cool down really quickly, based on what I'm about to go through in the rest of the build. So as far as your passive skills, you're going to use a Boonable Kathos. That's going to reduce your cooldowns of Earthquake by 15%, 15 seconds, which you're going to need. Earth and Might, which is going to give you Fury for when Earthquakes are triggered, and that's also going to trigger off your Leap Slam, which you'll see why soon with the itemization. Brawler, so basically as long as there's 3 enemies within 12 yards, you'll get 20% increased damage, so that's going to make you better on taking down packs and mobs. And Animosity, I've sort of changed from the build guide says something else, I can't remember what it was, but you're going to constantly generate more fury, and you're going to hold a bigger cap of fury, so you can attack more frequently with your Seismic Slam, so you can get your cooldowns down even further. So as far as your inventory build, so I'm Paragon 350. You're going to want to put it all, generally you want to put it all in strength, max out strength first. Cooldown reduction I should have more points in, but trying to get as much DPS as possible has been my key on this build. Life regeneration and resistance is important on the Barb, especially when you're taking on mobs. Resource cost reduction is good. I haven't done that though. I went for life on hit and area damage just for a bit more sustain. So itemization. So obviously the first thing you are going to need is the Eyes Ancient Kit. I've almost got all of them, but you'll see soon, or I'll show you soon, that I've got a Raw Ring of Grandeur built out in the back end. Actually, I'll go through those now. So in my Canaan's Cube, Raw Ring of Grandeur, so that's going to give you another set bonus, and you can do it a couple of different ways. Like, you'll see why I need that, obviously, so I can have a different kit piece on my legs here. Endariel's Visage, that's just because it's convenient. I haven't broken down enough yet in this season, just haven't had time. And obviously the Furnace, which gives you 50% increased damage against elites, which is going to make you melt through elites. And, you know, legendary mobs and monsters. So obviously you'll need Eyes of the Earth, Spies of the Earth, Pull of the Earth, Spirit of the Earth, and Weight of the Earth. And you're going to want to kit this out with a maximum level strength gems. I've got 23% life gain in the helm just because of my 350 Paragon. I'm not too worried about leveling up because I can do higher tier and survive, and resistance to all elements, gem that shit out in your set pants because that's just going to make you harder to kill. As far as weapons, two-handeds can be okay, but I found dual wielding maximizes your crit damage, and that's going to maximize your damage. So, and plus these are ancient level legendaries, so they do a lot of damage for single hand, comparable to two-handed weapons. So I'd run with these. If you can get something like even a Monster Hunter is going to give you, more strength damage if you get a good one, and 11% damage to beasts, so that could help you out. And obviously, you get maximum fury increase with Bullcath or Solemn Vow. If I could find the set piece of this, I would probably put that on there instead of this if I could find another ancient, but it hasn't dropped yet. Boots, which are vital to this build, you're going to need Lut Socks, which means you can cast 3 Leap Slams within 2 seconds, or a 2-second cooldown time of against. So that means you can do this. And the reason why you need this is obviously Earthquake's triggered here, which is part of the set bonus. So as you'll see, set 4 Leap causes an earthquake when you land, and additionally you get Iron Impact. So that's why you don't need the Iron Impact rune on your Leap Slam ability. And the other thing is you obviously get a 1200% increase to Earthquake and Leap damage, and Seismic Slam, which is what we're using as our primary ability. As far as belt, you use the Chalonix chain. It gives you an increase of speed for 10 seconds when you drop War Cry. So if you have a look and see how we're running around right now, we drop that. You can beast mode for 10 seconds and get into a mob. Yeah, and basically I've spec'd this out, so I'm trying to maximize cooldown reduction. There is some life on hit there for sustain, so I've got good sustain when it hits. What else have I got here? So obviously additional earthquake damage when you can. Try and get as much resistance, crit as you can, as always. Resistance is there. Rolled a bit of life regen. And make sure both your items are obviously socketed for your weapons so you can maximize crit. I'm using a Zephyrian Amulet, which is just obviously because it's the best roll I could get on an ancient legendary. I'd use something else with a socket if I could, but it prevents lightning damage taken and heals you for 14%, so that's always good when you got assholes with lightning damage. Leoric Signet, it's going to give you a bit of extra experience gain, and obviously the crit rolls on this were good, so it was a good item to just rig on. And also I've got the Obsidian Ring, which gives me 8% cooldown reduction, which is really good with this build, and it also has some durability ignores durability loss, which is even better. This one was socketed, so I've put Bane of the Stricken in, which gives me an increased amount of damage to bosses and Rift Guardians at level 25. It gives you an exponential damage increase. So that's the item build. What you'll see when I do a triple Leap Slam is also my toughness pretty much triples, and my recovery triples as well, so it makes me really, really strong when taking on heavier mobs. But that's the basic understanding of the build. So obviously you can see that generate. So if we do this, we'll see that maxes out. We drop a 4, and then our cooldown is also increased by this ring. So reduces the remaining cooldown of one of your skills by 1 second when you hit a resource spending attack. So for every time you hit this, it increases your cooldown by 1 second for your leap and your earthquake, so you can just keep dropping it all day long. But let's run a greater rift and do a bit of a test out. So we'll just go Torment 7. Alright, so we want to crank these abilities up straight away, and then just basically monster in and shred our enemies. And now we can pull them in as well. Keep dropping your shout. So we're carving them up pretty quickly. Now this isn't a perfect build for a Barbarian, but it works really well. So it makes pretty short work of shit, especially these guys. There we go. Just monstered through a an elite mob, so we might as well do these. And the best way to get this build is get to a point where max out your resistances as you level up. And Paragon in the Season 6 run through, oh, there's already that done. And just go for those legendary set pieces and just keep running Greater Rift 10 and getting people to basically support you all the way through. Otherwise it'll take forever. So we're not getting very good mobs right now. We need some more elite packs. So you're basically just daisy chaining the abilities together. Just keep your boons up. So nice and fast. See, just dragging them in. There's another mob. Just don't forget to drop your earthquakes and you'll be cool. Made short of that. Bam. As soon as you run out of fury, drop another fury building attack. This damn, that's way too quick. Alright. So you just shoot through, and this is actually a pretty fun build. Like, it's not boring like other builds. It's not over OP, but you know, and you'll be able to survive Torment 10 pretty easily with this because you're pretty tanky on that when you land. So usually you just do that, crank through really quickly. Double mob. The idea is keep the momentum rolling. And then you conjure a pylon and you just rip them apart. You can also use that to travel around a lot quicker as well. So yeah, if you're looking at building a character up or upgrading gems for your other characters, this just sort of works really quickly. Like, it's not an arcane build or anything like that, or a DH build or anything like that, but it gets the job done pretty damn well. So you just keep carving enemies up. It's just all about keeping the sustain going. Hopefully this gives us the Rift Guardian shortly. There we go. And obviously Furnace will make this quick work. There we go. Nice legendaries. There's a decent amount of legendaries actually.
I may be able to help you.
What did I need to upgrade? That one. And there we go. That's pretty much the Leap Slam Earthquake build. Let's see how quickly I managed to clear that ref in a few minutes. Too sure, not keeping track of the time on the video recorder. Yeah, 6 minutes 15 isn't too bad. Like, yeah, level 30 rift. So yeah. Anyway, that's my my build guide, and yeah, hopefully that helps people who are looking at playing the Barbarian. It's a pretty fun build, to be completely honest. My Barb looks pretty badass. It's definitely more interesting than playing some Crusader builds, and it's a lot easier to play this build. You survive for longer. There's less technical, you know. Once you just get the right click, the Earthquake down, your boons up, you just keep hitting away with your Seismic Slam, and yeah, you just play all day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more content like this, like and subscribe, and I'll keep making it.